We're live! Oh my goodness, we're live! Everybody, welcome to Wine Talk with Tesh. It's your boy Tesh and Joni.
Hi.
Yeah. We decided that we were over it and we decided to just do this in person. So Joni came over and we had dinner together. We had the creamy Tuscan chicken that we sent an email out on. So I hope you guys liked it and loved it as much as we enjoyed eating it. Without further ado, let's start drinking some wine. We're going to start with the Byron
wine.
Pinot Noir. All right. So Joni, tell us a little bit about Byron and this Pinot Noir and about John Sebastiano Vineyard.
I will.
All right.
Okay. Yes.
But they can't see you on Instagram, so I'm gonna have to scooch over.
Oh, hi.
There you go.
Okay. So what we have in our glass? First of all, how was it with that chicken? It was pretty delicious, wasn't it? I mean, really, both wines were. I felt like, but
yeah, they both worked really well.
But this is a Pinot Noir from Byron Vineyards in Santa Barbara. And this particular vineyard is John Sebastiano. I don't know if you noticed, it's a 2015, so it has 6 years in the bottle. And that's that's just it's just enough to really make all the flavors come through and kind of soften up and meld and be just delicious. Okay, so John Sebastiani Vineyards. It's a single vineyard, and it is one of the newer vineyards that are planted in Santa Rita Hills on the eastern side of Santa Rita Hills, and it's not named after one person named John Sebastiano. Even though that's what most people would assume.
That's what you would think, right? It's called John Sebastiano. Who you'd be like, who's John Sebastiano?
That guy?
Right.
But it is actually two owners, John Wagner and Sebastiani Starpa, that own the vineyards. So named after them. But cool climate, 10 miles from the ocean. So as you know, that is the east-west kind of mountain, so that all the ocean air comes through the mountains into the Santa Rita Hills area. So it cools the vineyards and keeps this a really great area because of that for Pinot Noir. This particular one is Clone 777. That's one of the good clones.
Everybody knows Clone 777, right? Y'all know that clone, right?
What else? 100% Pinot Noir. What else should I say about it?
Santa Barbara was named Wine Region of the Year.
It certainly was.
Yeah, so pretty dope that we get to have a Pinot Noir that has seen some age in the bottle and is really coming into its own.
Exactly.
Yeah, Santa Barbara is a dope region, by the way. I mean, like, they are doing some incredible wines out of there. Even some of the more like smaller, like hippy dippy producers. I'm not going to drop any names because that sounded really negative, but there are some like very small producers that produce incredible Pinot Noir out of that region.
This is one of them, but they're not hippy dippy. But
Byron's not. I wouldn't call Byron hippy dippy.
No, but they're one of the smaller wineries in the region.
For sure, they really are. Okay, so what I mean by hippy dippy is I've been to a place where like it was like everything was intended to be a very harmonious environment, which is a good thing in any vineyard, right? But like they were like, oh, we don't do that here because it affects the third, fourth row in. That's how far the effects of us doing XYZ will have. So it was very like they wanted to keep some congruency with what they were doing, and they wanted it to be consistent throughout all the grapes. Okay. So yeah, so that's what I mean by that.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant biodynamically farmed.
No, although biodynamically farmed is never a bad thing.
It's not.
It's not.
And we'll be talking about that with the next wine. Actually.
Oh, snap. Okay, cool. Tasting notes on this one?
Well, I don't know. Does anybody want to tell us what they're tasting in the glass?
Joni, don't take over my show, goddammit.
I always like it when other people tell us what they're tasting, don't you?
I do like it. I want to hear from you guys. What are you guys picking up on this wine? Roasted strawberry. Dang, that's a great descriptor for this wine, I think.
What about pomegranates?
Oh, snap.
And dark cherry.
I do want to note with Pinot Noir, because like you think like Santa Barbara and you think it's like a warmish region. This particular vineyard is Santa Rita Hills. is about 10 miles from the coast, right? So not that far. And you do get a cool wind in the evening that really like tempers that region, which makes it ideal for growing Pinot Noir. So some of my favorite varietals that are coming out of the Santa Barbara region are Pinot Noir, but the second one that I think does incredibly well there is Cabernet Franc. And you don't really hear a lot about the Cabernet Franc, but it is amazing. Tastes a little bit of toastiness, like burnt bread.
Who said that? I agree with the toastiness. I'm not sure about the burnt bread, but I was waiting for somebody to say something about that because it's kind of smoky, isn't it? I feel like that is a very common descriptor in wine, Pinot Noir from this region. I get smokiness on a regular basis.
Do you really?
Fire or no fire.
Huh.
I always get a little smoky quality. And it's in the tasting notes here too. It says...
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Way to nail it.
I know.
Again, I'm looking at my laptop on the camera. Snap.
Yeah,
I can't really snap like...
The finish is long and smoky with hints of brown spice.
Oh, brown spice. Kind of like me. That's a fucking TikTok right there.
Oh man, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, no, I love this Pinot Noir. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's drinking really, really well. I do think that there are some like secondary notes of like I don't want to say it's like prominent at all, but I think like because I do enjoy smoking cigars once in a while, which is like bad juju in the Somme community. They're like, how could you smoke, you fucking heathen? You're gonna ruin your goddamn palate. I do think that there is a hint of like tobacco coming in on this Pinot Noir.
Yeah, I could see that.
But it's very, very subtle, like very, very subtle, and it's really on the finish. It's not up front in it. I'm gonna drink some more too.
Okay, I have lots in my glass.
Besides the creamy Tuscan chicken, which I think if you guys did not make that for some reason, save that recipe and make it. I thought it was super easy to make, and it was delicious. Do you want some more?
Yeah, no, I'm all good.
Okay, cool. What else would you pair this with?
Well, all the usuals like duck, lamb, pork. Salmon, like especially a salmon that has some, charred notes or soy, something that has a little bit more flavor.
Yeah.
Right. And then, certain chickens like dark meat chicken, turkey, which we just had a lot of.
Gobbledy.
Yeah. It's very flexible, as you've said many times on your Tesh Talks, that pairing food with Pinot Noir is really quite easy because it pairs with so many different foods.
It really does. This is a beautiful Pinot Noir and a phenomenal bang for your buck, I think, for getting something that's been aged in the bottle for several years. I think that people don't give Pinot Noir enough of a chance to develop. I feel like, especially in the Somme world, it's really only involved with Burgundy, right? You get a bottle of Burgundy, you're like, I'm going to lay it down. And it's like, that's really cool. But we have some domestic Pinot Noirs that are worthy. Maybe not of like 30, 40 years. Like, we're not going to pop open. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like DRC.
No.
But it is worthy of laying down for like 5 to 7 years. Maybe 10 on some of them. Yeah, this one's 6. Yeah.
It's tasting really good at 6 years. Probably another 4 years and still be quite delicious. And then we might lose a little fruit and we might start thinking, oh, okay, maybe it was better a couple of years ago.
I agree. There's some producers out there, and I won't say their name out of respect for your brands, but there are some producers out there where, like, I've had their Pinot Noirs right out of the gate upon release, and they're not really that good in my opinion. And then I've had that same Pinot Noir, again, California Pinot, I've had that same Pinot Noir with like 15 years of age on it, and it was just fucking mind-blowing how good it was. So that being said, the bigger it is, I think, up front, right, the longer you can lay it down for. But give Pinot Noir a chance for laying it down, even the domestic stuff. I think that they develop incredibly well. We have a second glass, but we'll move on to the Alma Negra M blend. Joni, tell them everything that we don't fucking know about this wine.
I mean, I don't know if if you guys know this, but it's which Tesh called me up and said, "Okay, can you just tell me what are the grapes in this wine, the second wine that you sold me?" And I looked it up because he knows how to pull up sheets, text sheets on the internet that says what's in the grapes. He almost never asked me what's in the wine. I mean, and so I went to the website to look up the text sheet, and under grapes, there's just a big question mark. And then under oak aging, another question mark. In fact, it might as well, the text sheet, literally, it might have well just been a picture of the bottle with a big question mark on it.
And then the tasting note was like berries with some toast.
Yeah.
Literally all it's.
So the whole, so the winemaker, Ernesto Catena, who is a fourth generation winemaker from Argentina of Italian heritage. He put that in there. Ernesto. Yeah, he's from the Catena winemaking family. They're very, they're iconic in Argentina. And he is like the rogue brother or the rogue son, you might say, of Nikolai Catena. And he just does his own thing. So he has a lot of different projects, and he's all about art and beauty. And, if you make a wine with creativity and art and beauty, then it will be delicious, and it doesn't matter what the wine is. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's all about the art.
Yeah.
And the heart. And also the vineyards, they have a great vineyard site. And I did this because the current tech sheet is just, there's nothing in it. I pulled up a tech sheet from 2013 because that's the last time that they actually listed any of the wines that were on it. So I'm assuming there's something, some of the same grapes. Mostly, I mean, it's Malbec and Bonarda. So Bonarda is a grape that is fairly well established in Argentina, but we don't really know that much about it here or outside of Argentina. So Bonarda is a very dark grape. And so the name Alma Negra it means dark soul. And they're talking about the dark soul of the wine and the dark inky color.
I feel like you just have to stare into the soul of the camera when you say dark soul. Dark soul.
Dark soul. Well, in the picture on the label, it's just this very mysterious mask.
It is. It's actually kind of like creepy looking. It's like, what's going on there, bro? You all right? Are you okay? We're concerned about you.
The first time that the wine was in the bottle, they called it Mysterio, and the mask man is represents the hidden identity of the wine and the grapes and what they do with it.
Yeah.
So, what else can I say about it? The M. What does the M mean? Doesn't mean anything. It means mystery.
It means Mysterio.
Mystery.
Mysterio.
Moon, Mendoza, Malbec. You can just decide. It's up to you to decide what the M means in M blend. But the thing that I wanted to tell you that I thought was super cool, I had never heard this word before. So it's the artists that come up with all the good words and the expressions that you would have never considered when you're talking about wine. But he says this dense, dark, rich wine with an intriguing, untamed wildness develops aromas of dark fruits, coffee, and graphite, and petrichor.
Petrichor. Sounds like we're casting a spell on Harry Potter.
So petrichor is apparently the way that it's that aroma that happens when the rain is just when we've just had a fresh rain in the forest and the soil, the smells of everything that's coming up from after rain.
Okay.
There's a word for it.
That's a great word for it.
I know.
That's actually good to have a word for that.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. No, yeah, petrichor.
Yeah.
The more you know.
I know.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Good night. No.
That's all I want to tell you about it.
I think that the tasting notes really nailed it. By the way, the graphite, especially
The coffee.
Yeah, this is a darker and richer wine.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, like I thought it worked incredibly well with the chicken. And to be perfectly frank, when I picked the wine pairing, I had the Pinot Noir more in mind because the creamy Tuscan chicken sounded really good to me.
Yeah.
But then when I had it with this wine, I was like, "Yo, this is actually a great pairing." And I thought it might overpower the dish a little bit, but it really didn't.
Oddly, it doesn't really overpower it
It
at
didn't.
all.
Yeah, it really just kind of came into. It complemented it really well.
Yeah, no, it's a very dark wine.
This is complimentary.
Yes, but it's still subtle in some ways. It's like the backdrop of your food. It doesn't overpower. It doesn't have a lot of tannin. The tannins are really smooth.
Agreed.
I think that helps.
Agreed.
A lot.
Yeah.
And it's a 2013, right? Yeah. Right?
No.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
it's a 2018.
It's an 18, yeah. We're drinking an 18.
My text sheets are from 13.
Yeah, your text sheet, the original text sheet, though, it actually had like the grapes listed.
Yeah.
It's from 13, but we are drinking an 18.
Brand new. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so 94 points from James Suckling, if that means anything to you.
Who's that? I'm just kidding, Mr. Suckling. If you ever, for some reason, watch my videos, I have a lot of respect for you. Hire me. No, that was great. Okay, so we had it with chicken tonight, but I mean, honestly, Joni, do you think that this could stand up to like a steak or something?
I do. Don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even with blue cheese on it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, that sounds really good. Joni, I'm going to go back real quick to the Alma Negra because I know that it says Bonarda Malbec, but I definitely pick up on the Malbec here. I don't know that, even as a Somm, I don't know that I have drank enough Bonarda to be able to go like, that's Bonarda.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I've had the single varietal variation. Like I've had 100% Bonarda.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to, it's not one that you come across enough to be able to be like, boom, that's what I'm drinking.
No, I wouldn't either. But I think that it's always really dark.
Yeah.
And still dark, like still fruity like Malbec, but just on the darker, richer side. Not a lot of tannins, I don't think, particularly like a Cab.
Agreed.
It's an Italian variety.
Yeah. I think that this unique Argentinian blend, whatever it's consisted of, I think it would go incredibly well with things like we had. Where like I went a little heavy on like the pepper on our chicken tonight, and I think therefore it complemented the dish incredibly well. But I do think that like if I had something like skirt steak, I think that it would be incredible with that, and I think that it would do really really well with like a salad with skirt steak for lunch.
Yeah. Or like something with sausage, like ground.
Oh
sausage
yeah.
in it. Spicy flavors.
For sure. That sounds really good.
It does.
We're gonna go get some In-N-Out. Does In-N-Out have spicy sausage?
Okay, hamburger would be fine too.
Right? No, yeah. My favorite out of the two is the Byron Pinot Noir.
Just because the favorite is the Byron Pinot Noir from both of us. I'm sure I have lots of friends that would prefer the M blend.
I agree. I think that, like, personally speaking, I like the Byron Pinot Noir more, but I'm not saying that I'm not discounting that from the Alma Negra. I think that it is a beautiful red blend that it's bigger, it's slightly bolder. I don't know if it's more tannicky, right? Like we already kind of said, like establishing it's not very high in tannin.
It's more for the people that really like they just like things a little bit bigger, a little richer, a little more dark fruit. Like they're either doing Cabs or Zinfandels or
Bella Gloss or Meiomi. I'm not talking about any brands in particular. I'm just saying if you like those brands, you probably like the Alma Negra.
I think they put a little bit of a M blend in Meiomi. That's what that M
That's
is
what the M
for.
is for.
The mystery is solved.
There are links in the chat for both of the wines in case you want them or are interested. Joni, thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for being here and dealing with my ADD. No,
it all worked out.
It's not so bad. No, man. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for watching the videos. Until next time, we appreciate you. Cheers.
See ya. Cheers.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jordan, in the background. All right, guys. Until next time. Cheers.
Bye.